Have you ever taken 50 selfies just to post one? As you can see, I definitely have. And I remember staring at my phone screen at each and every one of those photos, picking apart every little detail. My skin wasn't smooth enough. My hair was slightly frizzy. The lighting wasn't quite right. I didn't like something in the background. So I did what I'd like to say most of us do. I brightened it. I edited it. I filtered it. I tried to change every flaw that I thought was perceivable to others in an attempt to look effortless. With what? All of the effort I was putting in? Like the influencers I see online. The influencers with their perfect angles, the celebrities with their perfectly clear skin and glossy hair. Something I felt I could never achieve. And obviously, after putting in all that effort, I was going to post it. I mean, that wasn't going to go to drafts. I posted it. I waited, refreshing the page, counting the likes, checking to see who had liked, checking to see who had commented, and in those comments, who had validated the version of me that I carefully curated. And yet, even with all of that effort, it still wasn't enough. Because you see, the girl on that screen, it wasn't really me. It was an illusion. One that I worked so hard to perfect, to be the most perfectly postable, perfectly edited version of myself that I wanted you all to see. But that's not me, is it? Because I'm a human. How can I be perfectly postable? How can I be perfectly edited? I'm a human. I biologically have flaws. I have issues. And that's why I'm here to talk to you all today about what's beyond the filtered horizon. Because perfection isn't real. The truth is, we live in a society where we're expected to be perfect, to be flawless. But as I reiterated before, we're humans. That isn't possible. But don't worry, you all. Society has been kind enough to give us a solution. Fake it, filter it, edit it, and pretend. If you can't be perfect, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make what? Till you're perfect? Till you're something you can never be? That's basically just asking us to fake it till we aren't on this earth anymore. Which is exactly what I'm here to share with you all today. I'm here to share with you all today exactly why that is wrong. For so long, I thought that I had to be perfect, to be loved, to be liked, to even belong. I was constantly comparing myself to people who I saw online, and of course in real life. People who I deemed were better looking than me, smarter than me, more successful than me, more outgoing than me, more popular than me, more athletic than me, and just superior to me in every form and right. And I thought to myself, maybe if I change just one thing, maybe if I fix just one flaw about myself, then I'd feel happy, then I'd feel superior, then I'd feel enough. But that feeling of self-doubt, it never went away. I was still stuck in the same void, filled to the brim with self-deprecation. And I know I'm not alone in my emotions. A study by Facebook, now known as Meta to you all, has shown us that because of social media, or 1 in 3 girls that use social media, have faced worser body image issues, with over 60% of them feeling pressured to look good to whatever audience is out there. And another study by Flinders University shows us that among 1,000 participants that were taken, 52% of girls and 45% of boys, that's 97% altogether, has faced eating disorders. Can you imagine us, the teens, the youth, the adolescents, because of what we have put onto social media, we're facing such horrific issues. And it doesn't stop there. We feel like we have to be smart enough, popular enough, athletic enough. We feel like we have to get the most perfect grades, be perfectly athletic, have the most perfect friendships, the most perfect familial bonds, my bad, and just have everything at its incredible potential, just at the highest it can be. And with all of that pressure that's shoved down onto us, we're still required to be constantly humble and grateful for everything we have. We cannot falter and we cannot fail. We are in constant competition with ourselves and one another to reach a goal that doesn't even exist. Do you realize how dumb that sounds? And when we don't reach these unrealistic standards, we feel like we're the failures. We put ourselves down. And perfectionism, it doesn't make you better like self-improvement does. Self-improvement makes you stronger. Perfectionism, it makes you afraid. Afraid to take risks. Afraid to fail, afraid to fall, afraid to be who you are as a human being. I used to feel that way too. I wouldn't post something because I thought, what if no one likes it? What if every one of my followers think I look absolutely hideous? And I wouldn't speak up in class because I thought, what if every other person in this room is far more intellectual than I ever could be? So I shrunk myself. I hesitated. I held back. I didn't just filter my photos. I filtered out my own personality to fit society's outdated, shrunken standards. And we are not the only ones who face this. Because I know that we all have faced similar issues to this, maybe larger in scale, maybe smaller in scale. But I can assure you, even celebrities face this. Celebrities like Adele have talked about how crippling stage fright has made her feel like she is less than. Even celebrities like Ariana Grande, despite being adored by millions out there, has talked about how she has faced body image struggles. Even Emma Chamberlain, one of the most funny, most relatable influencers out there. I mean, she takes interviews at the Met Gala, one of the biggest events worldwide filled with celebrities. Even she has felt less than because of social media. And if all of those powerful, incredible, smart, strong women have felt less than because of what we as a society have put onto social media, what does that say about the world we're living in today? I started realizing that it wasn't just me who felt this way. I started looking around me, friends, family, classmates, even random strangers online. We were all battling the exact same insecurities, but no one was talking about it. No one was coming out and coming up and discussing their issues. Now, before I move on to what I believe the solution is, or the solution I've created, I just want to tell you all one thing that I think is a very important piece of advice. We are all so caught up in judging ourselves. We're also caught up in picking apart every little detail that we're so tired, we're so exhausted, that we don't have the capacity to judge others. And if someone else judges you, it's just because they're projecting their insecurities onto you because they don't know what else to do. But it is never your fault. Please never feel as if it is your fault, because it's not. Now, continuing on, I was talking about how I realized that all of us were facing the same issues, which is exactly why I created Braver Together. Braver Together is a social media page which encompasses everything that I'm talking to you all about today. It's a social media page where it advocates for teen issues, speaks up about how teens feel, talks about different teen interests, and how we can improve ourselves as people without putting so much strain and pressure. And I thought all my work was in vain. Because when you start something like this, it seems a little useless, you know? Like you're posting for a blank audience, it's just your friends and family who follow you. You're not really checking who the accounts are that are following you unless you actually recognize them. So I was worried that everything I was doing was going absolutely nowhere. But one day, something incredible happened. I got a DM, a direct message from someone who I didn't know. I don't know where they could be, across the world, maybe in Dubai, but I didn't recognize the account. That's the point. Basically telling me, I always thought I was the only one who felt this way. Your page did make me feel less alone. Keep doing what you're doing. This one voice, this one teenager, I'm assuming, was able to make me realize the impact I could have on other people. If my one voice can impact so many people out there through one social media page, I mean, who am I? I'm the same as every one of you in the audience. If my one voice can have an impact, imagine what we as the teens, the adolescents, the youth can do together. Imagine the messages that we can spread together with our voice, advocating for our truth, speaking up about what isn't right. We could change the world. Because 100 voices will always be more stronger than just one voice, which is why we need to work together. Now, I want you to understand, my speech to you all today isn't about trashing social media, because that would be completely hypocritical. I use social media to advocate for my purpose. I think social media is an incredible tool. You can share so many things through it. You can meet new people. But social media, like I've just told you, is a tool. A mechanic controls its tools, right? A tool doesn't control its mechanic, which is exactly the point I'm making to you all today. We control social media. Social media doesn't control us. The only reason social media poses issues is because of what we have put onto social media, which is exactly why we need to steer social media into a more positive direction to make it a greater catalyst for incredulously beautiful change. So, let me ask you one question. What if you stopped filtering yourself just for one day? Just for one day you tried, right? Let's just say. What if you were brave enough to post something authentic, something raw, something real, something that really showed who you are, not the perfectly posed, perfectly edited version that I had showed you of myself before, but something that shows who you are. So that when you're able to look at that phone screen, you can look at yourself and say, instead of picking every single flaw apart, you look at yourself and you say, that is me, and I'm so proud of who I am today. That is what we should be able to do. I want you to now, to help get this message across, think about someone that inspires you. I don't want it to be an Instagram model or someone influential you've seen online. It has to be someone in your real life today. Someone that sticks by you, someone that stands by you. I know every single person in this room has someone on their mind right now. Someone that's there for you, flaws and all. And no matter what happens in their day, they are able to be there for you. I'll give you an example of this for me. An example of this for me is my mother. No matter what is happening, no matter how I feel, she is always there for me. She puts aside her issues. She puts aside the bad days she's had. She puts aside all of that. She puts aside her own insecurities. She puts aside any issues that she has faced in the day. She immediately drops all of that and comes to me. I mean, I really hope you all have a person in your life like that today. And if you do, I want you to cherish them with your whole heart. And not just that. I want you to strive to be that person. I don't want you to strive to be like the Instagram models or the people that have constantly filtered themselves. I want you to strive to be the person that comes to you, puts aside their issues, insecurity and all, and is there for you. That's the person who makes an impact. That's the person who makes a change in our world today. So here's my challenge for you. What if you were brave enough to show up exactly as you are? What if you chose your real self over the perfectly edited version, which could never compare to your real beauty, I'm telling you? Because I want you all to know that you all are brave enough to do this. It takes guts, I know, but guts that you all have in this room today. Because nothing is truly more beautiful than who you are. Now, just to end this speech off, I've been referencing to beyond the horizon of perfection, or beyond the filtered horizon, as you will. But I've just been stating this over and over. I haven't actually told you what's beyond the filtered horizon, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. Beyond the filtered horizon, something far more beautiful, far more alluring, far more magnetic, far more authentic than any social media filter could ever create today. It's you, the beautifully imperfect, flawed, humane you. And that is always going to be enough. Thank you so much.